You know that old saying, live in the moment, right? We've all heard it a million times. Let go of the past, stop worrying about the future, just be here, now. And, it sounds like really solid advice. But what if it's incomplete? What if there's a bigger picture? Today, we're going to dive into a really fascinating perspective from Dr. Beheshti that might just flip how you think about time itself.
So that brings us right to the heart of it, is just focusing on the present. Is it really enough? Is that all we need for a stable, meaningful life? Or is that popular advice, just be here now, actually causing us to miss something absolutely crucial about who we are?
All right, so let's first just acknowledge this advice we all know so well. I mean, it's everywhere, isn't it? It's on inspirational posters, it's all over wellness blogs, it's probably something you've even told a friend before. And look, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good in it. It's trying to get us to stop endlessly replaying old regrets or getting totally paralyzed by anxiety about the future. And that's great. But what happens if we take it too far? If we literally try to snip the cords to our past and our future? Well, that's when we run into a pretty big, unforeseen problem.
And that really gets to the core of the danger here. What actually happens when we try to live only in the present, with zero connection to where we've come from.
Well, Dr. Beheshti has a word for it. He says we become mutazalzil, basically unstable. It's like we've kicked out the very foundation from under our feet. Because think about it, without any history, without any context, the present moment can suddenly feel really confusing, even threatening. We've got no frame of reference for anything that's happening to us. He uses this incredible analogy to really drive this point home. Picture a tiny bird, just hatched from its egg. Now imagine a hand reaching towards it. What does the bird do? It flinches, right? It recoils in fear. And why? Because it has absolutely no past experiences to draw from. It has no idea if that hand is bringing food and warmth or if it's a threat. It's just stuck in this constant state of uncertainty. And that, Dr. Beheshti argues, is what our present feels like when we cut ourselves off from our past.
Okay, so if just ignoring the past makes us unstable, what are we supposed to do? The answer isn't to go back and get stuck in all the sad stuff. No, the solution is to completely change how we see our past to begin with.
And this is where the big, game-changing shift happens. See, the way we usually think about the past is that it's this scrapbook of mistakes and regrets that we should probably just try to forget. But Dr. Beheshti's view, it flips that idea completely on its head. He invites us to see our past as something beautiful, as a constant, unfolding story of divine benevolence, or what's called al-Iḥsān.
And the key here is this concept of Qadīm al-Iḥsān, which means the eternally benevolent. Now, this isn't about pretending bad things didn't happen. It's not about ignoring hardship. It's about reframing our entire existence as the end result of this long, unbroken chain of goodness and care that was literally set in motion just for us.
I mean, just stop and think about this for a second. Billions of years of cosmic events, the way our planet formed, the clouds, the wind, the sun, all of it, had to work together perfectly to lead to this exact moment, right here, where you exist and can take a breath. So your past isn't just your own personal memories. It's the entire history of a universe that basically conspired to bring you into being. Now that is a beautiful, stable foundation to stand on.
So that's the past. Now let's turn our attention to the future, because the same amazing reframing we just did for our past, from regret to benevolence, we can do for our future, shifting it from a place of fear to one of incredible hope.
Dr. Beheshti actually shares a really personal story about this specific Quranic verse. He said when he was young, this line absolutely terrified him. Indeed, your Lord is in ambush. I mean, can you imagine? He thought, my Lord is lying in wait for me? If God is setting a trap to catch my mistakes, then I've already lost. It filled his whole idea of the future with this sense of dread, just waiting for judgment.
But then, years later, he had this huge realization. The ambush he was so afraid of, it wasn't an ambush of fear, it's an ambush of mercy. The one waiting for you isn't some cosmic scorekeeper with a red pen, just looking for faults. It's a loving presence, just waiting for the very first chance to shower you with forgiveness and grace. So the future isn't a trap to be afraid of, it's a promise.
And just think about who is waiting in this ambush of mercy. It's the very same one we call on at the start of everything new. Ar-Rahman, the most gracious. Ar-Rahim, the most merciful. Al-Karim, the most generous. It's a being whose very identity is defined by these qualities of absolute, overwhelming compassion.
Okay, So let's put these two massive ideas together. We have a beautiful, benevolent past behind us and a merciful, promising future ahead of us. What does that actually do for us right here in the present moment?
Well, it basically creates this powerful new equation for our lives. Our present moment is no longer this fragile little island, totally isolated and unstable. Instead, it becomes this solid, anchored point. It's held firm by a foundation of goodness from the past, and it's leaning into a future that's guaranteed by mercy. The now suddenly feels profoundly stable, incredibly safe, and just full of meaning.
And that really leaves us with one final question, and this one's for you to think about. Because this isn't just some abstract philosophical idea, it's a real practical tool you can use. So how would your experience of this very moment, right now, change if you truly saw it as the culmination of a beautiful past and the very doorstep of a merciful future? Because in the end, the quality of your present isn't just about being here. It's about how you understand the incredible story that surrounds it.